Oh, that's real good.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel Penny Lesson. We talk about everything finance, from tips on making money and proper investing to news about the different economies and situations affecting the global markets. The goal of this channel is not only to teach you how to be more financially responsible but also to teach you how to be more aware of global events. So why not just sit back and relax while we tell you what's happening in the finance sphere? Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be constantly updated on my latest videos. Remember, one penny lesson a day keeps being penny less away. One must always keep in mind that there is opportunity in chaos, especially with the recession on the horizon. You can also profit from this chaos if you arm yourself with the right information. As I show you how to take advantage of the upcoming recession, sit back and unwind. If you know what you're doing, right now might be one of the easiest times to increase your net worth dramatically. After all, the adage riches are made in recessions is widely accepted, and it doesn't take much to realize that we're already headed in that direction. Recessions frequently occur, and if used wisely, they can provide you with life-changing opportunities and discounts. According to Warren Buffett, bad news is an investor's best friend, so you should take advantage of them. Therefore, let's discuss precisely what is anticipated to occur over the next 12 to 24 months, the best advantages that you can enjoy right now, and precisely what you can do to ensure that you are in the best position to earn as much money as possible. All right, before discussing the best opportunities, you must first be aware of your opponents. We should start by discussing the recession. Generally speaking, recessions are accompanied by a sharp increase in unemployment, a decline in wages, a loss of consumer confidence, and a decline in values across every sector of the economy, from stocks to food and energy to services, with sometimes global effects. However, a decrease in profits typically follows the recession. Businesses typically publish their quarterly revenue as well as a forecast for the following year. However, they have been downgrading forecasts recently, preparing for slow or even negative growth, raising the risk of a recession at the fastest rate in 10 years. Then we come to the third layoff. Consumers spend less when their income is lower, and businesses start cutting costs when there is less demand, with regular employees being the first to be let go. You can find dozens and dozens of businesses that are all cutting their workforce by simply searching for mass layoffs on Google. According to Bank of America, the U.S. economy will soon begin losing 175,000 jobs per month. Let's begin with stocks at number 1 to discuss what this means for you and your investments, as well as how you could use this information to your advantage. All three major indexes are currently down between 20 and 30%, and analysts like JP Morgan estimate that we still have another 20% to go from where we are. However, if we look at bear markets since 1946, the average decline was close to 30%, with 2009's 500 index experiencing a 57% decline from its peak. Bear markets typically perform worse when the recession is added in, with an average loss of 34.8%, compared to our current loss of about 25%. All of this is to say that, typically, the absolute bottom is reached when investors capitulate. Usually, that marks the beginning of the recovery and the beginning of things to pick up. I'll go over how much money you can make from this in a moment, but first, let's talk about real estate in position 2. Housing declines at the national level are extremely uncommon, although every region is unique, and some may continue to prosper. As you can see, only a handful of times over the past 60 years have prices fallen by more than 10%. However, the current Wall Street consensus predicts that national housing prices will drop by 7%, with a worst-case decline of 10% to 15% if interest rates continue to rise. The most vulnerable markets, including parts of Florida, Arizona, Idaho, and Southern California, could experience declines of up to 25% from their peaks, with the decline lasting another 12 to 18 months before bottoming out, according to Moody's Analytics. Of course, every market will differ. In the long run, it probably won't matter all that much to anyone with a fixed-rate mortgage who plans to stay in their home for another 5 to 10 years. But because we also need to discuss third cash, we may start to see some deals emerge for those looking to invest or buy a home, which we'll cover shortly. There has been a belief that money loses value due to inflation up to this point, but there are times when holding cash may be the most secure way to preserve your wealth. And you can tell how important it is when someone like billionaire Ray Dalio says that money is no longer waste. The truth is that many people overlook that cash was the best performing asset as recently as 2018. And you would have outperformed the market by a significant margin had you only been saving your money in a high-yield savings account. The amount of cash held by fund managers is at its highest level since 2001 as a result of cash's growing importance in portfolios. According to Citigroup, cash is the only asset that investors can use as a recession escape route. But in terms of how you could take advantage of this to make money and why so few people do, here's what you need to know. Okay. Let's take a moment to think about why the upcoming recession might present a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Everything first becomes more affordable. I believe everything is falling by 30%, despite the opinion of some who believe this is a bad investment time. A wealthy individual would view this as a chance to acquire those same businesses for a 30% discount. Warren Buffett came up with the ideal comparison for this. He claimed that while we rejoice when the price of hamburgers decreases, we lament when it increases. Except for equities, the majority of individuals buy everything in life in the same way. When prices decline, people lose interest in stocks, and you can get more value for your money. Reframe your thinking to see how a declining market might benefit you. There is also less competition. The reality is that businesses cut back during hard times. They fold, play it safe, and can serve money. However, this provides a chance for smaller, more competitive businesses to stand out and take their place. For instance, one study involving 16 companies discovered that those who kept up their advertising increased their value and got more for their money with brisk business expansion years after the recession ended. Third, there is a lot more opportunity in the way that a recession is the market's way of getting rid of the weak and inefficient. Patrick bet the peak of the market cycle is exactly like a forest, David said in a great comparison a few months ago. This implies that all of the resources, or in this case, sunshine, are only accessible to the biggest, most established trees or businesses. Everything at the bottom struggles to compete and finds it challenging to advance. But like wildfires, our economy has a way of periodically clearing out and bankrupting the businesses that can no longer support themselves, creating space for newer, smaller businesses to flourish. Fourth, a bull market always follows a bear market. However, once stocks have reached their low, their average return in the year after is 40%, and within 2 years, the market has increased on average by 58%. According to Yahoo Finance, historically this 500 has fallen an average of 29% around a recession with a median drop of 24%. Accordingly, investing when prices are falling is much more profitable than staying out of the market and waiting. And in the long run, the market always recovers in every instance thus far in history. Fifth, you need to take action before others become aware of it. Recessions are never confirmed until much later, despite how simple it may seem to think so. For instance, the Great Recession, which started in December 2007, was not formally acknowledged until December 2008, just a few months before it ended. Before that, a recession started in March of 2001 but wasn't declared until November of the same year. Until we are certain that a recession is occurring, which takes another 6 to 12 months. However, in terms of what you could do to profit, number 1, reduce your expenses. This means that you keep tabs on the market, cut back on wasteful spending, and operate on a lean, all the while continuing to reinvest as much as you can into it. This should also include a strategy for what you would do if your income dropped by 20 to 50, how you would make up the difference, and whether you could take steps in advance to shield yourself from that happening. 2. Keep some money on the side. I'm a firm believer that even though, statistically speaking, it's best to invest your money as soon as possible, there is something to be said for the peace of mind that comes from keeping some money on the sidelines as a backup plan. Depending on the time of year, cash makes up anywhere from 15 to 20% of my portfolio for me, but generally speaking, this has given me a ton of opportunities to seize good deals when I see them, and it allows me to sleep at night knowing that no matter what happens, I have something to fall back on. The 3. Safeguard your career. In the end, this will serve as your best insurance against whatever transpires because, from a financial standpoint, the worst-case scenario is not the market declining but rather the market declining at the same time that you lose your job and are forced to liquidate your investments before they have a chance to recover. So now is the ideal time to develop yourself, pick up new skills, and intensify your work. The best course of action for investors after making long-term investments is to simply carry on as usual and act as if nothing is wrong. The most successful tactic has been demonstrated to be dollar cost averaging, or the regular practice of investing in the markets. So continue to buy and stay in the market. 5. Diversify your investment portfolio. Now, if you can't handle a 20% decline in value without panicking, you probably have too aggressive of an investment strategy. For instance, mixing in some large caps and foreign stocks is probably a good idea if your entire portfolio is made up of U.S. tech stocks. Or perhaps consider real estate investments or purchasing rights, which tend to be a little bit more stable. Your portfolio will be less likely to collapse if one or two of its legs fail the more legs it has. However, this reminds me of when I first started my real estate career in 2008 at the very peak of the market, just before Lehman Brothers collapsed, before the credit market freeze into the very beginning of a 50% stock market decline. In terms of my plan over the next 12 to 24 months, I started my career in an industry that was about to experience one of its worst drops in history. So from the outside looking in, I probably chose one of the worst times to do so. But I have to admit that it was a sobering experience to start working and almost immediately see colleagues in the same office leave their jobs because the business had suddenly dried up. However, I might not be in this position today if it weren't for that. I was one of the few agents left in my office who were eager to accept the worst deals possible to gain any experience I could. And in business today, I see people who want to take the risks that the more established firms can't. For me, there is a lot of value in continuing to invest, keeping some cash on hand, and possibly starting a new business or purchasing real estate once the market is flattened. This is also a great time to intensify your efforts, take on a side gig, and gain as much knowledge as you can. You will be rewarded for whatever you do today many times over by the time the market recovers. Well, there you have it. A quick guide on how to make it through the 2023 recession. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Wow, was that news? Why not ponder it? Want to know the latest? Comment if you want more articles like this. This video is just one of many videos on my channel that brings you the latest news about the world of global finance and economics. So go hit that subscribe button if you don't miss out on content like these. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you again next time. Remember, 1 penny lesson a day keeps being penny less away. Cheers.